We're going to be making a crucifix today. This cross that you see, we will put a body on it. The wire is made out, it is sterling silver wire. There's a thicker wire, a thinner wire. The thick wire is what gauge?
18 gauge.
18 gauge, and the thin wire is?
20.
20. Okay, now we start at the top of the cross. Make just a little bit of a bend, a right angle, and then I turn it. I take this, I twist it. So it creates a kind of cotter pin effect, like this. Then I open this up, and I make a right angle. Close it. Then I measure it. Now everybody's going to be a little different. With this particular pliers, I measure it halfway through that loop over to here. I crimp it, make a right angle, loop it, crimp it. I come back down here, come almost to the point of the same, but one thickness away. I make a right angle. That way it matches. I come down and measure basically 2 times the width of my pliers. Make a right angle, come around, crimp, come back up to the top. Up here, I go one thickness away, crimp or make the right angle. Now I take this right about where the half, it's just past that thickness, about what would be, you don't want to make it odd, it's got to be about the same distance. I'm going a little faster than I usually like to go, but I think we'll be able to make it. Now, once I come back together, I keep a distance in here. You got to have a little bit of a gap, like that. Hold that gap and wrap this around. Once, twice, and 3 times. It's got 3 wraps. Then on the back side, I cut it off. Okay, there. Now, to adjust this, I will bend this a little with the back of this handle. Okay. There, that's the first part. Now we will begin the second part. Now we finished that cross, now we're going to do the body. Now on this particular pliers, I measure it. I go to the end of the handle, I come back about 3/4 of an inch. Every plier is going to be a little bit different, but that's the basic thing. Don't experiment with sterling silver. Get craft wire and figure it out, and then once you got it with your pliers, then you got it. Now we're going to make the body. It's a little clumsy and it wiggles all over in my hand. Now I come up halfway through that loop and I pinch it right here. I make a horseshoe, just like that. Then I re-grip and I bring it up. This is really a unique move. So it's a right angle this way, right angle that way. A little bit tricky. Then I come over here, I go one thickness of a wire away, and then I crimp it. This is going to be the leg. I go up more or less what is going to be the leg. And then I loop it. Okay, you can start to see the body taking shape. Now, where the cut is in the back of this cross, that is where I snap it in. I want to cover up. This is going to be the back of the cross. So this comes in from the back, and I snap in the body. See how that goes? Like that. Now I re-grip, get it on the front. There's the body in place. I get the leg about what looks proportional. And once it's there, a little sometimes difficult to grab. I come up, we're creating the second leg right now. I crimp it right here. And I bring this up, match it with the other knee, and then bend this down. Okay, so now I've got both legs pretty much ready. And then with my finger, I eyeball where the bend is, and I pinch it with my nail. Now, I bring this up. See how it matches? Now I'm going to cut off the excess. When I cut this off, I keep some of it on there because I need a hook to be able to hook it so it doesn't fall out of the loincloth. Okay? I put it in, line it up. This fell out from the back. Okay? Get this lined up. Get everything in its place. Hold it with my thumbnail. And once I have it, then wrap it 3 times. Just like that. Okay? Once that is done, I tighten this up, tighten up the loincloth. And just get everything lined up a little bit better. Cut off a little bit of the excess and give it the final crimp. Okay? So that part is ready. Now, I come in, grab the head.
Just capture the voices.
Okay? Just straighten things out a little bit here. Okay. Now, see how the head is? Now I'm going to open it up the chest cavity. Run this down into the chest, pinch it, open it up, and close it again. So now I have a chest cavity. Now I will take this wire, always make it as straight as you can, bend it to what's going to be about what you need, maybe a little excess. It's like a V. I take that then, I run it through the chest. See where it's going to fit more or less, and then wrap it.
You have to twist that with your finger.
Yeah, it cuts your thumb a little bit because the wire is sort of sharp. And I never have a whole lot of excess because the wire is too expensive. Once you have it like this, you can play with this wire to tighten it up so it's tight there. This, I'm going to just close this up. But you can see there's almost no waste on this whole project. I have this little piece and this little piece, that's all I got for waste. So at the price of silver, that's about how you want to do it. Now I take the head, I grab it, and I put my thumbnail right into the neck. I pinch that down, straighten it out. See how that is? Now I close the chest cavity, because you don't want that falling and dropping and moving into all sorts of places. Now I take the legs and I separate them a little bit. And I'll take this and just straighten things out a little more. Tighten it up a little bit more. And that's basically it. Now, we'll start the last part. Watch this. You make, okay, same kind of thing as we did at the top of the cross. Little cotter pin. Open it up. Grab it here, come back at a 90-degree angle, circle back, and this is going to be the hook. That's what you want. Drop this into it, and then once you've got that, you close it up, and we're ready to finish it. This on a silver chain is very elegant. It'll take you a long time to get this practiced up. Be good to get some craft wire, something simple that you can play with. The silver, this is called round wire. You want to experiment with different tempers because some of the tempers on silver it's real stiff and difficult to work with. I found this particular temper off the internet, but I'd like to experiment in different places. But this bends easily. and yet at the same time, it holds its shape very well. But I use the thicker wire for the cross and the thinner wire for the body. There, that's pretty darn, there we go. This is the silver crucifix. We call this La Crosse. Took about 3-4 of us to design this over a period of 2.5 years. If you want more information, you can email me at jhirsch@gmail.com. JHIRSCH@gmail.com. Good luck.